Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another live YouTube video from Pro Digital Gear. Today, we're just going to do a video and we're going to recap what we did on our live stream video yesterday. And yesterday, we showed you how to print from start to finish on the Canon Pro 2100, which we have right here. So we're going to show you that. We're even going to show you our computer screen and show you the image that we have from one of our photographers that logged in, sent us a beautiful image on our screen, and we're going to print that. So we can't wait to show you every single step. And first we're going to start out with our media. We have some Canon Pro luster. We're going to show you the core adapters and the spindle and how to put all that in. But first let's take a look at our image. Now right now we have it pulled up in Photoshop on our computer screen. Let's take a look at this image. All right, looks like we have some nice leaves here underneath some water, crystal clear water. You can see the detail and the bubbles. Really cool stuff. I'm pretty excited to print this and see how it looks on the Canon Pro 2100. But for now, let's get started by showing you the screen of the Pro 2100 and where to start first. Okay, so as you can see, it mentions here there's no paper in this printer. So first we want to go to the load button right here. And that's the main difference in this printer from the Pro 2000, the ease of loading media. Wait till you see how easy this is. So we have our option here, load roll paper. Go ahead and click that. And now it's going to walk us through actually loading the media. Pretty simple stuff. The Canon Pro 2100 excels at this. Let's go ahead and show you this view here of the media. Now, we have the printer spindle right here. We want to make sure that you have especially on the Canon Pro luster, the right core size. This right here is the 3-inch adapter because the Canon Pro luster that we have here, the 24-inch, needs the 3-inch core. So that easily just clicks in. I don't know if you can see that there, but easily clicks in right in the back. Now we want to make sure that we lift this lever up when we put it in. I'm going to go ahead and move this here. And it just simply goes in this end of the media, slides right on, and we have to lift up this just a hair, and it just pushes right in. There you go. So now, as long as these two edges are nice and tight, which they are, you're ready to load your media. And as you can see, if we go back over to our screen, we can see that it's telling us to open up the front cover. So that's what we're going to do next. All right. And that's what I love about the Canon Pro 2100 is how simple it really is to load the media. And I think you're going to be absolutely blown away when seeing this. I really think you're going to love it. Again, huge difference over the Pro 2000. We're going to try to show you everything here on this angle. Okay. So the first thing we're going to have to do is open up the top cover. And to do that, I'm going to take our media off here. And so we can see that the top cover easily opens up just like that. And then our screen will change, and it'll tell us to open the bottom cover. Just like that. Now, easily take our spindle and make sure that the final side that we put on right over here is locked. And just drop it right in like so. Now, this roll, make sure that it's unrolling this way, obviously. And we want it to go not underneath these. We don't want it to go underneath these guys, but right on top of them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll it in until we hear a beep noise from the printer. Now listen carefully. My mic might pick it up, but we can try. I'm going to roll it in. There it is. and that's it. Now we have to make sure that this is down, which it is. And then all we have to do is close this top cover. Now the one thing we want to make sure is not to just close it gently, but on this side, it has to click in. And then you'll see the screen change, and then it's going to tell us to close the top cover. Boom, just like that. Now if we want to go back over to our computer screen, I just want to show you the print that we're going to be doing. We want all the best quality that we can out of this image. So right after we load the media, we're going to want to make sure that we do a nozzle check. And we'll show you how to do that on screen. Really, really, really simple. And it's always done before you do a print. Always need to do that before you do a print. So let's go over to our screen view right here. Finish loading the paper. As you can see, it's just telling us to make sure that the lever is down, and then all you have to do is hit OK. All right, oops. Let's see here, hold on, I did something wrong. Let's just double check something real quick. Okay, let's start fresh from the menu here. I just wanted to show you the other side of it, but let's go ahead and hit load row paper, and at least now you can see the menu and what it does as it changes. All right, so now everything is open. As it's saying, remove the paper from the printer. We did that, we did that. Put the roll back in. All right. There's that beep, and you can see how the guide changes. And now how it wants us to close the top cover. There we go. All right, now we can start feeding. And eventually you'll see the screen change. And you probably can't see right now, but the printer is rolling the paper in and out. All right, so let's take a peek at our image one more time while that's loading, because I received this image and the image size is a little bigger than what we want. The image size of this print, let's go check it out, is way over. He wanted a 16 by 22. Excuse me, 16 by 20. So we're going to have to change this size. If you put 16 here, it's going to make it a 16 by 24. That's okay, because we're going to go back over to Photoshop and crop. You always want to make sure that your image is the accurate size that you're going to be doing. Up here I have 20 by 16, as you can see here in the top left corner. So we're going to go ahead and crop that. Boom. So now that is ready to print. That's a 16 by 20 image, and we're going to print that on 24-inch media. All right, so let's go back over to our screen because it's ready for us now. All right, cool. So again, we have the Canon Pro luster in there, and it wants us to select the type of paper. You could choose other papers here, but we're just going to go ahead and make sure that we choose the Pro luster. All right. Now, hopping back over to our image, the next step in printing from Photoshop is to go to File and then Print. Now, I already have this set up from before, but we'll show you everything that I did. First, we want to choose the printer, Canon Pro 2100. Make sure that we have Photoshop manages colors. And then we want to check the correct profile. All right, so if you have this drop down here, we can see there is a lot of profiles here for the Pro 2100. Another thing I love about the software that comes from the Canon, look at all these awesome profiles. And you can see we have here the Canon Photo Paper Pro Luster. That's what we want. And then everything else we can leave. And then from there, we'd want to go into our print settings. Now, before we go too deep into this, let's go back over to our printer, make sure everything is ready to go. Okay, looks like our media is loaded. So let's go ahead and do a nozzle check. Let's go to Maintenance. And there it is right there, nozzle check. Boom, super easy. It asks us if we want to do this, yes or no. Of course, we would hit yes. So now, the printer is going to print us a nozzle check. So while it's doing that, we're going to move our camera view. Let's go back over to our computer screen. All right. So the next thing, we want to choose our paper type right here. As you can see, we have all these papers here, and we would want to go to Photo Paper and Pro Luster. Boom. That's all set to go. Leave this on default settings. Do not use these color settings here. All right. Next, we would go to Page Setup. Our nozzle check just finished printing. Pretty cool. And in this case, we're going to use a custom size. Since we have a 16 by 22 image, I want to make sure that the paper that we're using is going to be a large enough area to print on. So we know it's 24-inch paper. But right here, that's the height. We want to change this to the width. So let's change this to, we'll say 24-inch width, and the height, oh, excuse me. Let's see here. This is the width. We want to change that to 24, and the height, we want to be at 17. Okay, there we go. So that's our custom size. You can see that we're using roll 1, and that we have the 24-inch media selected. And we want this to be a landscape image. So let's just double check that on our preview and see how that looks once it's ready. So as you can see, it flipped it. So we need to go over here to Layout and change the orientation. There we go. Perfect. So now as we can see, we fit within the dimensions of our paper. We have a nice 16 by 20 ready to go. So let's look at our nozzle check. It's very important that we check that out before we print, because we want to make sure that we're getting sufficient detail and color. And if you look at this, leave it to Canon to have a perfect nozzle check almost every single time. I mean, that's super clean. Let's see if we can see that a little better. You would want to check for breaks in these lines. I don't see any at all. So we're ready to print. But look at that, super clean. And you don't have to do this every single print, but you might want to do it, if you leave the printer for a few weeks. But it's always a good idea if you starting up for the day to do a nozzle check. Okay, so I think we are ready to print. Let's go back over to our computer screen. All right, perfect. So we already set up our size. We did our nozzle check. the image was created from a photographer who had a calibrated monitor. So let's go ahead and print this out, and we'll hopefully be able to watch it come out of the printer as it's printing. We'll get it started. So let's go over to print right here down the side. Okay. So now our printer is going to start printing. And I can't wait for you to see the color. The prints that we did yesterday were just absolutely amazing. Again, it takes a little longer to show you these steps, but it's so much faster when you're doing it. While this is getting started, we can answer one of our questions that we answered from yesterday. Does this printer, the Canon Pro 2100, come with the additional 2 years of warranty coverage? And the answer to that is yes, it does. You get 1 year right off the bat, and then you could purchase up to an additional 2 years, giving you a total of 3 years coverage. So that's just awesome, absolutely awesome. Another question that we had was one of our clients was asking if it was possible to get a print made for him because he wanted to see the quality of the print. And of course you could do that. You can easily give us a call, send us an email, and we would be happy to send off a smaller print to you, maybe an 8x10, just so you could see the quality. Now, as you can see now, the Pro 2100 is printing out, and it is, I gotta say, it's super, super fast, especially for the quality that's printing. I mean, it's hard, it might be hard to tell on the screen, but look at that detail and the bubbles. Everything looks spot on. I can't wait to take a closer look at that image. Yeah, so if you want to send us a print, definitely feel free. I'll put the number up on screen for you again. Pro Digital Gear, 1-888-459-1482, www.prodigitalgear.com, and sales@prodigitalgear.com. Give us a call. All right, looks like our print is about to finish up soon. It's going to cut on its own. Let's check that out. Perfect. All right, again, here's our number and information. If you need to take that down quick, let's go ahead and while you're doing that, we'll lay the print out on top so you can see just how fantastic it is. That is just wild, super, super cool. Oh man, I cannot wait to show you guys this. Might be hard with the glare, might have to raise the camera up just a little higher, but we'll see if we can do that. Again, here's the print on the screen. Go ahead and get rid of this item. There we go. I'll zoom in on the print a little bit for you. Look at that. You can see the bubbles are, just a smidge out of focus. It kind of looks like maybe it went for the leaf a little more. But let's go ahead and take a peek at the print. There we go. Okay, check that out. I mean, the color and everything. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Detail in the leaf is amazing. Oh yeah, the color is perfect. You can even see even the little tiny, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the little tiny lines there in the leaf. It's perfect. Perfect print. And see, that wasn't that difficult. First try, awesome. Another question that we had about this printer was the ink sizes. They come in the 160, let's see, hold on, let me double check that. It was 160, I believe. Let's see here. 160, 350, and 700. Yep, that's right. Yep, 160, 350, 700 mil sizes. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 330. 330 mil. Okay, perfect. So yeah, if you needed those sizes, those are the sizes they have for this printer, which is actually a lot nicer than Canon sizes, or excuse me, than Epson sizes. All right. So, again, super easy to print on this printer. You gotta love it. If you have any more questions about this printer, or if you want to see something from some of our live videos with this printer, if you want to request a print, feel free to do so. Our number is, again, 1-888-459-1482. We would love to hear any of your questions, thoughts about this printer. Also, in the future, we're going to be doing a video on the secondary roll option, which goes here. We'll have that up for you in no time. Let me go ahead and just show you again our information. And here it is, just in case you need to give us a call, send us an email. You could sign up for a video too, if you'd like. And we definitely want to thank the photographer that sent us the images. We really love those images. Perfect to print. We'll get those off to you. And we appreciate you letting us use them for our demo today. Also, too, keep in mind there's all types of media that you can print on this Canon. We have here, check this out, water-resistant matte banner vinyl 480 GSM. Super excited to print on this. Can't wait to show that in the future. We might do a video on that too as well. But yeah, super cool stuff for Canon. I gotta say, I'm just so excited to be able to do these videos and show you guys this printer. So yeah, hit us up, send us some emails, send us some questions. And that's about all. I hope you're all staying healthy, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.